Welcome back to 0x Crypto Valley, a podcast that into crypto AI startup story from Silicon Valley. I'm your host, Olivia, AI product manager.
Hi, I'm Chao. I'm an economist from economic consulting firm. So I'm passionate about crypto, AI, and startups. We're from Silicon Valley. Yeah.
Yes. So Chao, we just came back from EthDenver last week, and there are so many companies, there were so many events. I was super excited. It was my first time.
Yeah. So how's your impression?
Yeah, so I think as a first timer, the energy is definitely very vibrant. Lot of builders, so many hackathons, so many AI agent building camp across all the 3 to 5 days. I know you got there very early, so you went to a lot of set events, and I personally feel this is very different from a lot of Web2 conference focus on company revenue, but I think Web3 is really focused on building interesting product, building something for the user, for the developer. So myself, I think is such a refreshed experience. But Chao, I know you've been going to Easton for like 3 to 4 years. How's your observation change? Do you feel things trends change year to year?
So this is actually my third time went to EthDenver. So it's actually every year it changed a lot. So there's like a shift on the theme. Like the first year I went to EthDenver, like account abstraction is a big topic. So like try to make the like for example make the wallet digital wallet more user friendly to the general general public, something like that. Like my second year, restaking is kind of like a big topic. Almost all DeFi projects that want to include like the restaking into their feature. So this year it's become AI. I think 60% of the venue or side event is talking about AI agent. So that's like every year the theme is keep changing. And also like the macro environment is also very different. Like 2023 is I think is my first year. So that year is kind of like for the crypto world, they are kind of deep into the bear market, and lots of famous project of very famous high profile people kind of can get into the scandal or just have lots of horrible events happen and give the outside world a very bad impression
Mm,
about
I
crypto
remember
world.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that's that. Yeah, so that last year during the December, I think the Bitcoin ETF just approved. So that's kind of like the start of the bull market. Everybody is very optimistic about what's going to happen to crypto, to Bitcoin, to Web3 industry. And this year, again, I mean, it's different administration. Then there's lots of environment, the personality, I mean, personnel change and the regulation change. So yeah, every year it kind of like a different word for crypto.
Yeah.
How you think about it?
Yeah, I think this year, like you mentioned, administration change, policy change, the overall energy is very different. Obviously, the Black Swan event, people going into jail because of lack of regulation, lack of government support. But I think right now we are in a very interesting space because there is actually a workforce in White House dedicated for crypto strategy. Yeah, so for me, it's a good time to start going. I know we found so many interesting company, and you also mentioned each year there's a different theme. I know you want to mention about one of your favorite company here.
Yeah, so I want to talk about like the company a project it called the Story Protocols. I want to show the T-shirt I get from their booth. So for the Story Protocol, they have a very ambitious goal. They want to tokenize intelligence and put IP on chain. It's so we know that the crypto or in general, it's on-chain. They have many use cases like tokenize the RWA, the real world asset, like the treasury bond, and sometimes I saw some project try to tokenize the real estate deeds on chain. So for the story protocol, they want to tokenize IP on chain.
Wow. So interesting. So for the audience, we can maybe clarify what is IP. I mean, so IP, intellectual property, which is such a super, it usually says the US most export assets is intellectual property. For example, Disney owns certain film production like The Lion King, and the musician like Taylor Swift own her music copyrights have full control on everything. So that's intellectual property. Oh, including Nike, Just Do It is Nike's intellectual property. So those IP is not the tangible things, but it's also very important for the company assets. But in the traditional world, those are controlled and utilized by almost really, really top 0.1%, very small group of superpower people. So it's not really accessible. I feel for most creator, is even small influencer with a million followers, they might not able to have IP protection. So in terms of story IP, what are they trying to do here?
Yeah. Oh, I want to address the pain point again. So in the traditional world, the IP service is not efficient. You need lawyers. You need to go through the very long paperwork, then go through the government's regulation. The enforcement is also very painful. So story IP try to use the blockchain to, I mean, make this whole process more accessible to the general or to more common content creators just like us. So like two of us is the host for for this podcast, and we put lots of effort to try to create excellent content to share with people. But we worry that what if somebody use our work without addressing or acknowledging our credit? Story IP, they provide, I think they have a very ambitious roadmap there, but basically they want to either use tokenize our IP so you can register your your intellectual property. Either that will be a video, a music, or even a Twitter account, something that we treat that as a valuable IP, then you tokenize, register that one. Then you're going to have some either NFT like evidence. Then oh yeah, I need to go through much details on how they
Yeah.
actually work that. So you can actually trace your whether your content was used by other people
Yeah.
through the blockchain, then you can kind of in the future monetize it if some people use your IP product. I mean IP content. So that's their narrative of their goal there.
Yeah, that's really awesome. Obviously, this product story protocol is still in very very early stage. So we talk with the people from the company at the conference. A lot of things on their roadmap have not actualized yet. So it's a very limited context even for us to dig deeper. So I think what you mentioned is true, really valid for creator. For example, me as a creator, I have 1 million video view on Instagram, but there is no way for me to monetize that content. But obviously, Instagram as a company using my content to make people stay and engage. So from the company standpoint, they are monetizing, but it's actually my content. So I do really want to have certain way to be able to make money out of my idea, out of my creativity.
Yeah, so yeah, I think that's kind of like the general theme for the Web3, the like you can actually own your work through the blockchain technology. We we also like attend several events of the story protocols hosted, right? That's like the party, then run the show, all that kind of things. We talk to the talk to the act to the staff or the talk to people who actually work there. I think
Yeah.
it's very. You remember that they are very young team.
Yeah,
Uh,
very young. There
yeah.
are recent graduate, but a lot of them coming not necessarily from Web3 space, but they are definitely have like a machine learning background, very technical, very proficiency. So it's a young company, but I do think what they are building is interesting. But in terms of execution, we have to see later.
Yeah. Yeah, so hopefully that in future we're going to put our 0x crypto IP on their blockchain, then build our brand, then monetize it. Yeah.
Yeah, win
Yeah.
for small creator.
Yeah. So Olivia, I saw your green shirt. Do you want to talk about your favorite Freysa?
Yeah, so we both wear our favorite company t-shirt. I mean, it's actually honorable mention here. This is my selection for today's content. So as someone building AI agent in the traditional Web2 company, I'm always impressed by Web3 company agent, right? But Freysa is actually even almost like a level up of Web3 agent. So if you go to their Twitter X profile, they self-claim Freysa was born November 22nd, 2024. This is the time they were launched and deployed. And there is a terminology called a sovereign agent, which is very interesting.
So I heard about the AI agent. So what's a sovereign agent?
Yeah, so maybe you know everybody probably in Web3 know a lot of AI agent is focused on payment transaction, able to executing a lot of trading strategy, which means they are much more independent than Web2 agent. Web2 agent doesn't own any financial accessibility, but Web3 like owning wallet is such a big thing, right? Common thing for them. This is very similar to Freysa. But in the meantime, there is a framework called the Sovereign Agent Framework, SAF. So if you are a developer, I encourage you to go deep dive into what is the framework about. There is really detailed technical documentation to talk about like influence on human preference and different decisional framework. But based on my understanding is Freysa is able to execute higher degree independent thinking and autonomous decision making, which makes it very unique. So for example, they've been running different gaming stimulation in the past few months. Um, I remember one contest like challenge is to have a developer to participate this interaction with Freysa, and if any developer can make Freysa to say I love you, so
Oh,
this
really?
developer is winning 10K.
Oh, that's a very tricky task. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a very tricky task. Obviously, it's about simulation and the prompt AI to output the desired outcome. But I think I look at their record is quite challenging. Usually, you need to go through back and forth with Freysa and to really winning the trust. So this is also something I have not seen in the traditional Web2 AI agent space. Um, but
That sounds
overall,
like the next level. Yeah.
yeah, it's really next level. And right now, I want to mention when we saw them at the conference, they have this super attractive setup, this green hair cyberpunk type of women as a huge like display. And they are running a new contest called the Digital Twins.
Yeah. I think you also try to build a digital twins, right?
Yeah,
Using their instructions. How's that going?
yeah. So I tried personally building digital twins in the past few days. The setup is very much like a gaming system. You know, you go in there. We can think about Freysa is a platform, almost like gaming platform, and you go on there and you create your gaming profile. So there was 60 questions and very in-depth strategy question. I personally think it's nothing to do with your personality, your human preference, and more trying to understand how would your mind work once you're facing very critical situation. For example, one question is if alien invading the Earth, like what would you do? Would you to attack first? Would you to submit into aliens, or would you trying to form a alliance? So there are a lot of almost like chess play type strategy game, and basically your digital twin is going to rely on your strategy thinking, strategic decision making to operate within the Twitter ecosystem. So one thing I forgot to mention is everything Freysa, you create a twin, and then the real deployment is on Twitter and X.
Oh wow, that's very interesting. Yeah, maybe we can deploy our 0x Crypto Valley, give a digital twin, then see how they're going to behave or react
Yeah.
on the Twitter or X space.
Yeah, so one thing is right now Freysa is about competing for social popularity game. So once you deployed your agent on Twitter, your goal is becoming interaction, engagement, but also you are collecting the points in order to rise yourself in the ranking. So I look at this morning the top three Freysa on the leaderboard, two from Tokyo and one from San Francisco. So um, we are cheering for our San Francisco neighbor. Hope like this developer can win. It's a 200K USD right now.
Oh
So
wow,
it's a
that's lots of
pretty good
money. Yeah.
prize money. Yeah.
Yeah, I also I want to learn from their experience how become get so popular on the social media. That's very useful for us, right? For our podcast brand too. Yeah.
Yeah. Freysa is quite interesting because it's not like a service agent. Think about a lot of marketing agents, they trying to serve very specific purpose. But Freysa, I feel is more like I'm independent human. I'm independent profile operating in a human social media platform. So that's where I feel, oh, that's a very much advanced. Like, how do you make your agent to be able to generate intelligence and the social connection? So I think that's like a long-term big vision. But things can change. We don't know about who built this product or this project. Is very much in the anonymous space right now. So like there are not much information. Hope in the future the founder and developer will be more visible and openly talk about, because I do think this is such a cool forward-thinking idea.
Yeah. It sounds very interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. So Chao, I know like you are also interested in some other company we will cover in the next episode. Would you like to quickly do a very intro on something called the DID you mentioned?
Yeah. So we're going to cover several interesting topics like the DID, which is like the identity on the distributed system. We saw some interesting projects there. And we also, I mean, the very big topic is AI agent. We saw so many events talking about AI agents, so we're going to cover that one as well. And plus something, yeah, like a real world asset, then the deeping project. So yeah, so stay tuned on our episode.
Yeah,
So
just follow-up question on DID is digital identity, decentralized. What is the DID again?
I need to double check. I just remember it's the idea. Yeah, like
Okay.
using the human biomark try to verify you are actually a human being because we have so many AI agents right now. Yeah.
Wait, is that decentralized ID system? But yeah, overall is basically you scan your part of your body like to verify you are a real human,
Yeah,
right?
that's one example. Or
Mhm.
your eye. Yeah, something like
Okay,
that.
I
Yeah.
I like almost like a very unique bio identifier into the digital system. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think that's very interesting because think about in the future our world going to full of agent. How can you verify you are a real human being? Um, because right now if I go on Freysa Twitter, a lot of the comment section are coming from agent, not real human being, and I couldn't
Yeah.
really tell the
They're
difference.
going to outnumber the real human beings pretty soon. Yeah.
Yes, very scary, but
Okay.
yeah, a lot of exciting content coming up. Yes, I hope you continue listen to us and stay tuned for our update.
Okay. Yeah. So see you next time.
See you
Bye.
next time. Bye.